So, debates are a formal discussion in which participants argue for or against a given topic. So, one of the elements which contributes to a more effective debate includes body language and confidence. Speeches are a powerful tool in business communication because it might be useful for motivating employees or presenting company goals and also to deliver a keynote at a conference. Hello everyone, I am Nikilavati S, Faculty of Commerce, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. I welcome you all for the sessions on business communications. And today we will be discussing the third chapter, that is spoken skills. In today's session, let us discuss some of the important spoken skills which includes debates, speeches and interviews. Moving on, debates. So, debates are a formal discussion in which participants argue for or against a given topic. So, here debate is all about a formal discussion about particular topic where some of the participants will talk about for or in support of a given topic, or some of the participants talk about the against it. And why it is important in business communication, because whenever a manager puts in a new plan or whenever an employee brings a new idea, so it is important to think of the pros and cons of that particular idea. So it is only possible when a debate is done on that particular topic, so that all kinds of pros and cons can be extracted, and how the opponent opposes and what are their viewpoints, it's all known by a debate. And it is often structured in a competitive format where two or more speakers present opposing viewpoints. So it is important to gain all kinds of viewpoints. Then debating is an essential skill in business communication as it fosters critical thinking, clarity of expression and ability to defend one's ideas. So why we need debates means it fosters the critical thinking. It develops critical thinking and clarity of expression, because if somebody doesn't express what is his viewpoint on that particular topic given, the opposite person may easily refute them. So it brings the clarity of expression and also the ability to defend on one's ideas under pressure. Now let us discuss some of the key elements of debates. It includes proper preparation. So here proper preparation is all about. So whenever you are going for debate, it is important to know about the content, that particular given topic, the complete content and knowledge regarding that given topic is important, so that you can put forward your arguments, whether it is for or against. Successful debaters should be thorough with both the sides of the viewpoints, so that he can make out what the other opponent will be arguing on that particular point which he raises. Understanding a particular topic in all kinds of its viewpoints helps them to give the arguments properly. For example, a debate on the use of AI, then somebody may speak in favor that AI improves efficiency, whereas a debate on the AI who is speaking against AI may say that AI leads to job loss. Next we have is clear and logical arguments. So in a debate it is important to make a clear and logical arguments, because it is like a competitive event where the opponents will be waiting to refute your argument. So it is important so that you think properly and express it properly and with logic. Then rebuttal is all about the ability to refute the opponent's argument is called the rebuttal. If you want to refute the opponent's argument, you must be thorough with both the viewpoints. So it is important to have a clear knowledge on the given topic. Then body language and confidence. So one of the element which contributes to a more effective debate includes body language and confidence. So whatever the ideas you are presenting and whatever your viewpoints you are presenting, it is important to present it in a stronger way. So your confidence shows that how effective is your thinking and argument. So maintaining body language, having confidence, making eye contact And presenting your viewpoints in a confident way leads to an effective debate. And these are the spoken skills in a debate. Moving on, we have speeches. So a speech is a formal address delivered to an audience, usually with the purpose of either informing, persuading, or inspiring. Speeches are a powerful tool in business communication, whether for motivating employees, presenting company goals, or delivering a keynote to a conference. So, speeches here are a formal address that is delivered to the audience. So, in programs, especially formal programs or events, so you might have heard about the speeches, and it is done with a purpose. That purpose might be either informing about something. Say, for example, a manager gives a speech on a particular topic, or at a conference, the keynote speaker or a chief guest speaks about a particular topic. So that is to give you some kind of information about the particular topic. It again depends on what kind of program it is and what is the aim and purpose of conducting that program. So based on that, the chief guest may deliver a speech. Just like that, it might be to inform some information or to persuade. So for example, motivational speakers, they always speak in order to motivate, please, or persuade the people, and it might be inspiring also. Sometimes the speakers tell successful stories because to inspire the audience. So, speeches are a powerful tool in business communication because it might be useful for motivating employees or presenting company goals, and also to deliver a keynote at a conference. So, moving on, some of the elements of speeches includes content preparation. See, when you want to give a speech on a particular topic, it is important to know that what you are speaking. So, it should not overload the audience with too much of content, or the audience should not get bored. So your speech must be interesting, and you should use simple language so that all the audience will understand. So it contains, the content preparation is very important. So about a particular given topic, what are the contents you wish to inform the audience? So the first and foremost important thing is content preparation. Then it must have an introduction, body, and a conclusion. That means every speech starts with an introduction, saying who is the speaker first, and what is the topic he is going to speak, why it is important, what is the significance of that topic and the speech for the day. And next, he may move on to the body of the content. That means what are the main elements and facts, information that the speaker wants to convey, whether it is a motivational, whether it is about a given topic. So irrespective of that, it should have an introduction and content. Next, at a conclusion, like what are the final viewpoints of the speaker can be presented. Then we have is, it is important to engage the audience while speaking. So whenever you give a speech, it is important to engage the audience, so that it is the ability of the speaker to captivate the attention of the audience. So that comes with proper spoken skills. The speech should be made interesting. So it is important to ask them questions, get their feedback. So, and making eye contact with the audience. So all this makes a speech a better or effective one. Next we have is clarity and simplicity. So whatever the speech that you are delivering, it must have clarity and simplicity. It must have clear intention of the message, as well as appropriate words must be used. And simplicity, why? Because simply using the technical jargon that is not understood by the audience will be like your intention of informing something will not be achieved. So it is important to reach the audience, to make them understand. For that, it is important to use simple language. Moving on, we have interviews. So an interview is a formal conversation in which one party, the interviewer, asks questions, and the other party, the interviewee, responds. So here the interviewer and the interviewee. So a communication happens between the interviewer and the interviewee. Interviewer is the person who asks questions. Interviewee is the person who responds to the questions asked. And in business setting especially, the interviews are commonly used for job recruitment, performance evaluations, or gathering information from industry experts. Basically, there are three types of interviews. One is job interviews, exit interviews, and informational interviews. So as we all know, job interviews are conducted by the interviewer to the interviewee who is the job applicant. So here the interviewer asks the questions to the interviewee in order to check his ability to answer, his confidence level, and to check his knowledge and skills and his eligibility to gain that particular job. So here a candidate is evaluated of his skills, knowledge, and whether he is fit to that particular job or not. Next we have is exit interviews. So these interviews are conducted especially when an employee is leaving a company. So it is important to conduct an exit interview so that the interviewer or the employer will get to know what are the reasons of leaving that particular job and what are his suggestions, how can the company improve based on the suggestions. And it is also important to gather the information about the experience of the or feedback about his experience of the interviewee in that particular organization. Next we have is informational interviews. So these are the interviews conducted in order to gain some kind of information. Say for example, a researcher may ask questions to his or her concerned respondents to gain some kind of information and collect the data. So this is the main aim of conducting interviews, only to gather some information. Moving on, some of the key skills that are needed for an effective interviews includes listening, clear communication, and confidence. Listening. So whether you are an interviewer or the interviewee, listening is most important in any kind of conversation, especially in the interview, because it will be easy to understand the question properly and ensure that you have answered well. Or for an interview, it is important to make sure that he has listened to the interviewee properly and he has listened to the answers properly. So when the interviewee is able to understand and analyze the questions asked by the interviewer only when he has good listening skills. So it is important to have proper listening skills. Next is clear communication. So here both the interviewer and the interviewee should have a proper and clear communication between them. So it should not be ambiguous or confusing. So they should ask the questions and get clarity wherever they have some kind of doubt. And if the interviewee has not understood any of the questions raised by the interviewer, he can ask for the question once again and understand properly. So a clear communication is important for an effective interview to be conducted. Then confidence. So in every kind of communication, whether it is verbal or non-verbal or speaking or writing, so it is important to have always confidence. When we talk about the interviews, confidence of the interviewee plays a major role even if he doesn't know the answer for the question asked by the interviewer. So what is confidence indicates? It gives a positive vibe. It is important to have confidence among the interviewees as it plays a major role. Even if the interviewee doesn't know any kind of answer, it will be help them to create a confidence in the minds of interviewer, so that this particular interviewee or an employee is an able candidate, or is more confident and will be able to, or is more eligible to that particular job. So this was all regarding the spoken skills, which includes like debates, interviews, and speeches, and why spoken skills are important in the events of whether it is a debate or when you are speaking something or you are giving an interview. This was all regarding the today's session. Hope you all have understood. Thank you.